Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I know it's hot outside, and some people would be like, why are you wearing a jacket? It's because I got mauled by mosquitoes. And I'll put a gross picture up right here. Skip ahead 10 seconds if you don't want to see that. But I'm wearing this jacket right now just to, cover myself, not die out here. And I know people would probably click off right now because I'm not really eye candy as we speak. And that people see, oh, this guy's jacked. Or I'm not really showing off, like, my goods. People value more the goods than an actual education or experience. I don't really care, though. I mean, if you really want to just look at my other, matter of fact, that's a cheap plug, easy plug. Go look at my other videos if you want to with good intention. If you're female, the guy, keep the good intentions if you want to learn more. So, I got a comment that says, make a video for beginners or a beginner routine, and I got you. This is gonna be the best beginner video you've ever seen ever. Forget every other calisthenic video that goes into like the useless stuff, like the, oh yeah, you're gonna be doing this exercise, you gotta keep a slow progression. Okay, you've heard all of that before. I'm gonna just tell you what you need, and that's it. Mindset. If you're a beginner in calisthenics, I need you to think of this like this. If you're a beginner in calisthenics or just working on in general, here's what you gotta do. Try literally everything. 100 push-ups a day, try it. Barbarian routine, try it. One Punch Man routine, try it. Try literally everything that you want to try that you see on the internet if you want to, or if you have your own routine, keep trying that out. Why do I say that? It sounds so unorganized. It is. Let me tell you something. Why are there so many beginner videos? It's because that's the easiest ones to make, and no matter what terrible advice the person's giving, you are going to progress in it. But I ain't gonna do that to y'all. What does everybody say when they start off doing basics in calisthenics? Oh, do your push-ups, do your pull-ups, do your dips, and that is true. But what about the people who can't do that? Basics means something everybody can do. Not everybody can get on the bar and start doing pull-ups. Not everybody can start doing push-ups and dips like that. So what these are called, I got it from Powerful, the Demon. He's from New York. He's like a model, and he's one of the best calisthenic dudes ever, one of the strongest dudes I've ever seen. But he come up with the under basics. What is the under basics? Under basics is for everybody. And people might say, because this is very similar to hybrid calisthenics routine, I don't really care. I think I've been doing calisthenics longer than him. No shade, but I want to cut that line. This ain't copying his joint. This is something that I've been doing for a while, and I didn't notice it till it started popping off on like YouTube Shorts. So, but it's very similar though. Here's how we start working out if you can't do any of that, or if you're fat and overweight. If you're fat and overweight, go to the swimming pool. Live in the pool, because you burn a lot of calories really easily, and it's fun. But other than that, let's say you just want to start working out, want to do calisthenics. If you want to do push-ups, pull-ups, do your push-ups and on a wall or on an elevated surface. Kind of like how hybrid calisthenics does it. Do those and slowly decrease the elevation in your push-ups. So get a wall. Actually, I'll just do it right here. We'll get a gate. Simple enough. Stuff like this. Literally, that is it. That is like the starting blocks for all your pushing movements if you can't do push-ups. Just doing push-ups like this on an inclined surface, and then slowly increasing the difficulty, obviously on maybe like a staircase or something like that, that immediately, or that is gonna take away one, intimidation, one, the fear of doing a super hard movement and that you suck at, or even push-ups on your knees. I've been told that the knee push-up is a girl push-up, and all those people who said it, I can do more push-ups than them. Don't listen to them, okay? You will never hear from a guy who's super strong, and they see you doing knee push-ups, they just say, yo, dog, you gotta get to it. No, they're gonna be like, good, you're working, and you chose an appropriate progression. So, knee push-ups, elevated push-ups, that's if you're like in the very beginner stages for push-ups. For pull-ups, you wanna do this thing called jackknife pull-ups, and I know it's another thing for hybrid calisthenics. I actually got that exercise from a book called Convict Conditioning. what they would do is that they would go on a parallel dip bar, and they would just keep their feet on the ground the whole time, and they will let their arms carry all the rest as much of the way as possible, and just do pull-ups like that. So actually, I'll cut it right now. Literally, just sit down on a dip bar, or grab 2 chairs if you need. Keep it down. That's literally it. And if you need more help, use more of your legs. That is all you need for pulling and pushing. If you want to go extra, you can use sit-ups or leg raises. I ain't gonna show all that because you know what it looks like. But this and that's like minimal equipment and you can get started. How many reps, how many times a week? Try as much as you can. Because I could say, oh yeah, do this, do 10 sets of 12, or do 5 sets of 12. You may not be able to do that. That might be too much. That might be too little. Which is why I say try everything. Try to do basically as much as you can. And then when your muscles stop feeling sore and you feel stronger, try it again. That's it. Me, or what I did to get really good at, this actually helps me. Even though I can do one arm muscle-ups and all that, this right here helps me so much because it builds that endurance to doing pull-ups for like 3 or 5 minutes straight. The routine is push-ups, pull-ups on the elevated surfaces and the jackknife pull-ups. Do it for at least 2 to 5 minutes long, straight. That right there is gonna get you in shape quick. And it's only gonna take a 10-minute workout. Literally, that's it. If you wanna do it for abs too, abs, I recommend aiming for 100. Your end goal is to be able to do a couple hundred of crunches or sit-ups, both of them. But for the next thing, you have to understand the difference between form and range of motion, because they're 2 very different things. And I'm gonna show you that right now. All right, if you post your workouts, you're gonna have a lot of criticism, or you're gonna hear, you just wanna know what's the best form of range of motion or exercise. Okay, I personally say go as much as your joint allows you to, comfortably. That's the best rule to follow. So if you can only do this, and it hurts, work with that. Work with that until you feel comfortable enough going lower or higher. Now, form. What's the proper form for everything? That would depend. Are you in competition? Are you just trying to build muscle? Are you just trying to do as many as you can? All these things, they play a factor in the role. Simply put, follow this rule for everything. Is it, you just ask yourself one question: am I moving the weight, or is gravity moving the weight? Is the inertia moving it? Is the pendulum swing? Is that what's helping me do it? You'll be able to tell. Am I really strong, or am I just swinging really hard? So understanding that, it's a big difference. Form and range of motion is a big difference. So let's say, for example, pull-ups. All right, the form, typically, everybody has their own differences, is that they do locked out, chin over the bar. That's not my form. My form is maybe somewhere in the grips, and then I pull as low as I can. That's not everybody's form. That's why I say form versus range of motion. My form is good, but my range of motion is different. My range of motion is this. Some people's range of motion is this. And so you kind of got to work what you got. That's why I say try stuff out, because you don't know. No one can prescribe you what's best for you, because you don't know what works or not. So when you see, you record yourself doing 100 push-ups or 50 push-ups, 10 push-ups, 5 push-ups, and then you record yourself next time, you can notice that, hey, I went a bit lower that time. I was able to lock out stronger. I wasn't breathing as heavy. And those, like, that notifies you basically on how you're doing it without a coach telling you. You're looking at yourself saying, okay, I notice I am breathing less. I am going all the way up and down quicker. I am able to pause now. Those are great factors to count in of, not factors, but you know what I'm saying. That's how you know you're making progress, okay? Ain't all that fancy stuff. Right? You know how many of these moves look like, okay? It's not that complicated. For stuff like, if you want to get an exercise to target a certain muscle group, what people do is that they change up the grips, and that is true. because it makes it easier to activate those muscles, because you're putting your muscles in that position where it's just like, oh, I gotta pull that muscle. But in reality, it doesn't matter what hand grip you do, as long as you have a good connection with your muscles. How do you get a good connection with your muscles? Basically, just squeeze the hell out of them. And that's basically it. Squeeze the hell out of them, doing a lot. Let's say you're driving a car, you're steering. Try to squeeze your chest, like, ah. Or let's say you're working or doing something else, or anything at all. Anything you do, squeeze the muscle that you're working with hard. If you're picking something up, actually flex and squeeze and curl that thing up if you're carrying a bag of groceries. If you, God forbid, you fell on the ground and you're just doing something and you're picking yourself up, actually try to squeeze your chest, your shoulders and arms, pressing yourself up. So literally, another good thing for getting better connection with your muscles, isometrics. Holding a certain position helps you figure out which muscles are working. So if you're doing pull-ups, push-ups, squats, whatever, hold the position. Get comfortable in that position. I know it hurts, but get comfortable doing that. Then you'll be able to tell which muscles are in pain, shocked, on fire. And you're just like, okay, those are the muscles that are working. So I can do a pull-up. I can do a simple pull-up like this. And I can do the same pull-up with the same range of motion, but a tiny tweak in the form, and all of a sudden my biceps are gonna get pounded a lot more. One simple key form, this is a little extra. This is a little extra for people who might be a little advanced or stronger. If you do a pull-up and you focus on, basically, get your wrist to touch your shoulder. That one's all arms. You try to get your elbow to touch your lats, all back. And it's crazy how much of a difference it makes. So that's a little extra tip for y'all. But in terms of just being a beginner and trying to get good at basics, I'm not really demonstrating like what to do, different exercises. Literally just like 3 to 4 exercises, and that's all you need to do to start off. Push-ups on an elevated surface, pull-ups on a freaking dip bar or chairs even. Then just squats, normal squats. Do them for 10 sets of 10, 100 reps. Just get so good at them. The whole point of calisthenics and all these progressions is for you to master each one of them like in a video game. You can't skip progressions. It's not how it works. But yeah, I hope that helps. I know it's kind of a bit of a yap sesh of in between, and most of it was basically just like your mentality of training and just me telling you to just try everything. Try everything, because you can't go wrong. When you're a beginner, anything you do is going to give you progress. That's why everybody makes videos about this, because it's so hard to mess it up. No one's going to say, oh yeah, watch this video and it didn't make me progress if they actually try it or not, because their muscles are just so fresh to this stimulus that it's gonna grow. But yeah, I hope that helped. Like, so then, I'm actually also another thing. Thank you. We had 123 subs. Alhamdulillah, I'm so thankful. I appreciate it. Thank you. We was at 70 subs like 2 weeks ago, and it's almost double. Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful. Thank you. This is my content. I'm actually gonna start another channel soon, and it's about welding, just welding, what I do as a welder. And because I heard from my homie, he says, yo, you should try doing a welding channel, and I was like, bet. So I hope you enjoy the video. See you.